Good afternoon, guys and gals. Um, I've had several emails seeking clarity about the upcoming assignments. Excuse me. So I thought I would do another video. More and more people are starting to contact me for Google Meets or contacting me over the phone. I think that's wonderful. It's always easier to get clarity one-on-one rather than, maybe misinterpreting the prompt or whatever. But let's start with the article summaries. Actually, let's work our way backwards. You have to start with reading the prompt for the final essay. And it is about the film Get Out. The more you watch that movie, the more you're going to be able to have something to say about that text. Okay? So first of all, watch it as often as you can. It's a great movie. It's an entertaining movie, but it's also God, my chair is stuck. It's also a very good text for analysis. After you watch it the first time, then you need to pick one of those subjects that are listed in the prompt. And that subject is what you are going to do the research on, not the movie. I mean, there's plenty of movie reviews and interviews and all that you can use, but for the article summary, you have to find 3 academic peer-reviewed articles. Now, what does peer review mean? When you do the Galileo search, there is a box you can check that says full articles online, and then there's another box that says peer-reviewed. You need to click both of those, and it will help you narrow down your search, okay? Peer-reviewed just means it's a legitimate article. Before they published it, they ran it by several other professors, and they all blessed it with their holy water and said, yes, the claims are true, the statistics are accurate, all of that. So that's what they do before they publish it, rather than just Bubba's blog on Get Out, which may just contain a lot of his opinions and may contain facts that you'd have to then research before you quoted to make sure they were legit and authentic. So let peer review do that research for you, and you can trust. The other reason that I want you to use Galileo is if you go back and review that PowerPoint video that I posted about how to use Galileo, you will see how easy it is to get the information. It's already there for your Works Cited page. Okay, if you don't know how to do that, go back and review that video. It's literally step by step. It shows you what to do. Just remember, when you copy and paste the information, you're going to have to go back and maybe change the font, change the spacing, make sure it's got that hanging indent. If you just, it's the same with using easybib.com or Al Purdue website, Works Cited generator. There are tools. There's nothing wrong with using tools, but you have to use them correctly. So if you just copy the information and it's not the right format, you don't get credit for getting the format correct. Okay, so once you choose a subject, it is that subject that you are going to research. 1101, we do this towards the end. 1102, you have to be able to incorporate research into your essays. And I don't mean just by finding a random quote. That's what, most of us do when we're in 1101, 1102. It's like, okay, here's this. We'll just take a quote that sounds good from the first 2 pages or first 2 paragraphs because you're not going to read the essay. That's not doing research. That's searching for a quote, okay? And while it may be a legit quote, that doesn't improve your skills on how to incorporate research into your essay, and that's what I'm concerned about. So, for the article summaries, this is what you need to do. Look at the prompt. It gives you a template, okay? You have to identify in your words. You don't use quotes. Now, let me put a little caveat by that. If there's a quote in the article as you're going through it that you think you might want to use in your essay, put it on the summary. That way you can just go to the summary when you need to write rather than having to drudge up and figure out where it is in the article, okay? Put the page number it's on, anything that will help you when you go to put it on your Works Cited page, okay? But it's not required that you use any quotes. That's up to you. For the body paragraphs, you have to identify and put in your words each topic sentence. So, my advice is not to choose an article that's 40 pages long. You may use an article that's 40 pages long in your essay, and you don't have to use the articles that you summarize in your essay, but they still need to be about your subject, okay? You can't just summarize an article on cows and then talk about structural racism, in your paper. It has to be about that. But I would find, for the purpose of the exercise, the shortest article you can, and still, the purpose of this is to improve your skills. If you're trying to identify a thesis statement, you can see, oh, this is what a thesis statement in an academic article looks like. Every time you identify the topic sentence and where it's placed in the paragraph, you see an example that you might then imitate, okay? There's a purpose for all this. And you get through the whole paragraph, the whole bodies of the essay, summarizing each topic sentence. And through reading that article, all three of these articles, you become an expert on whatever topic it is. Say it's microaggressions. You become the expert. And that's part of this goal. Okay, I'm gonna talk a bit in another essay another video on the final essay in just a minute. But I wanted to make sure you understood what is required for the academic article summaries. Okay, you've got 3 of them. There are 3 different folders. Just copy the template and put your information in. Make sure you put the titles of the articles in quotation marks, and the titles of the journals are italicized, okay? That's one of the things I'm going to be checking for, the format, that you understand that. Let's make ourselves better writers, people. I know you can do it. Most of you are already very good writers, and I respect the work that you put in, but now it's time to raise our game, okay? And if I can be of any help, if you have any questions, email me. Let's set up a phone conversation if you're comfortable with that. Or let's set up a Google Meets if that's more your style. I know some of you are stretched on time and you might want to talk about these things and don't really have time to sit in front of a computer and do it, so let's do it over the phone. It is my pleasure, along with being my job, which I love, to help you guys improve your skills, because that's what the whole point of taking the class is. It's not about the grade. The grade just shows the sort of the level of effort that the teacher feels you put in. Those of you who have scores in Essay 1 that you are not happy with, let's talk about it. After we talk, I may or may not raise your grade, because it shows you have an interest in your academic improvement, okay? You want to know what mistakes you made, so we can literally go line by line, or we can talk about in general what mistakes you made beyond what I've marked on the page. I want to help. I want to make you better writers. So going into 1102, those of you who are in my 1101 class, you're prepared for success, okay? All right, well, I'm going to do another video about the final, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Have a good day.